Caroline?
Yes?
It's Brooke. I'd like to see you.
Tonight?
If it's possible.
Well, yes, I suppose it is.
Would you like to come to my place? I'm at my family's house.
All right.
I'll be waiting for you.
How many laps did you do?
A few less than I probably needed.
Ridge and Brooke still by the pool?
No, Ridge had to do that interview, and Brooke left. I don't know where she went.
Thorne?
Thorne had to meet somebody.
Well, then it's just thee and me. Well, a great rarity has occurred in our lives. We're alone in this house.
Caroline!
Oh,
Where are you going?
I'm just gonna go out for a little bit. Could you tell my father that I'll be back soon?
Sure.
Okay, thanks.
No need to rush on my account. God, how I hate that picture. Always staring down at me. Like I'm some kind of intruder. Well, I'm not. This is my home now. How do I convince Bill to get rid of that picture? Maybe it could conveniently fall into the fireplace one day while he's at work. Oh, would I love to.
It really is a beautiful portrait. You love it too, don't you?
But why, Thorne? Why would you do that for me? Find a surgeon. Help me change the way I look.
You seem like a person who has such a good heart, Tiffany. And I'm a person who believes in helping someone like that.
But why? There are all kinds of people out there.
You've been hurt. Badly. You had a rough time and it made you bitter. And it's a shame, Tiffany, because I really believe that down deep, you have a lot to give to someone.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Well, why don't we do something good for you? Why don't you let me do something wonderful for you, Tiffany? Would you like that?
Oh, yes. If I could change the way I look, it would be so important to me. I can't even imagine it. But I still have to ask. Why?
You've been disappointed, Tiffany, by your own family, and that cuts deep. Just trust me, okay? I'm not going to let you down the way they did. I'm gonna go have the valet bring the car around. Would you mind driving me home? I'm still a little woozy from that drink.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
you realize how long it's been since we have been alone in this house?
It's been quite a while, hasn't it?
A long while. Does it occur to you that more and more we have less time for each other?
Oh, I don't know, Stephanie.
No, I mean time for each other that is uninterrupted by the business or the family.
Well, the family and the business are our lives.
Oh, I'd like to think we have more than that. Well, we certainly have this evening, and we're alone. I would say the possibilities are limitless.
What do you suggest?
Remember the first night we moved back into the house after we had remodeled it?
Vaguely.
No, the first night. The kids were asleep, and you dove into the swimming pool. The way we always used to dive into the swimming pool.
You were naked.
Oh, you do remember?
Well, no. Look, what if the kids come home?
So, I don't think they'd mind.
Yeah, well, I would.
All right. So the swimming pool's out for the evening. I think there are other possibilities, aren't there?
What you have in mind?
I'll give you a hint.
Such a lovely daughter she's turned out to be. Listen, I know that you're going through your period of adjustment, but, it's only normal under these circumstances.
Well, I still think it would be more helpful if we weren't in such close proximity.
Well, she won't be living here long. I really think it's best. It helps her get her feet back on the ground. And listen, where is she, by the way?
She went out.
Did she say where?
No.
I hope it isn't to meet Ridge Forrester.
You know, for someone who doesn't have her feet on the ground, she certainly is rebounding nicely.
Yeah, pursuing Ridge Forrester is not a healthy rebound. As a matter of fact, it's just the opposite. Now, I am very relieved that she's living here with us. I mean, can you imagine if she had her own place right now? Forrester would probably be moving in with her.
Bill, I don't think she's as desperate as you make her out to be.
Sweetheart, I know my daughter. Especially when it comes to Ridge Forrester. But I really don't want to talk about Caroline right now. There's something that has crossed my mind that I would like to discuss with you.
What?
Something, no doubt, that's going to be a shock to you.
Well, I have to say I was very surprised to get your call, Brooke.
Actually, I surprised myself. I had no intentions of calling you, Caroline.
Then why did you?
As strange as it may seem, I thought you might need some support.
That's why I'm here? Because you want to give me your support?
Well, you did just separate from your husband.
Yes, I did.
And you're seeing a counselor.
No.
Oh, well, that's what Ridge said.
Well, you see, Thorne and I were seeing a counselor before we separated. But now I'm not seeing a counselor, Brooke. I'm seeing a lawyer. As much as I know this disappoints you, I am getting a divorce.
Well, guess you are not in the mood. Is something the matter?
No.
Is there a reason that you would not be in the mood?
Well, let's not be analytical about it.
Why not? Do you realize how long it's been since we've had sex?
Do you really want to discuss this?
Yes, I do, if there's something I should be aware of. You're not having an affair, are you?
No, Stephanie.
Well, it certainly is in the realm
If
of...
I were having an affair, I would admit it. I'm not. Look, I just want to get out of this bathing suit.
Why should your getting a divorce be so difficult for me?
Well, it really shouldn't be. But it seems that it is.
What makes you say that?
I've known you, Brooke, for a long time now. And I know you did not invite me over here to give me your support.
Let's lay all the cards on the table, okay? You're in love with Ridge, and now that you're free, you intend to go after him. Or so you think.
Well, why don't we just look at it this way? Now we're finally on the same level. Except for one thing. I mean, you do still have the inside track with him. After all, you did live with him.
Which makes me more available, more familiar, right? And we all know what familiarity breeds.
Well, then why don't you just move out?
My, aren't we smug these days?
No, we're not smug, Brooke. We're free. And that is something that I have been waiting for a long, long time.
Why did you wait so long, Caroline? You've been talking divorce for months now.
I had my reasons, Brooke.
Putting all your ducks in a row? So that at just the right time you can slip out of one marriage and right into the next?
You're disgusting.
Oh, so it wasn't your intent to marry Ridge. Oh, well, that's good. Because legally, it's impossible.
Well, we're here.
I thank you.
Are you feeling better?
Oh, a little.
That's good. I guess you want to go turn in.
Yeah, my head is starting to pound, actually.
I'm sorry about that.
Well, it's not your fault.
No, of course not. Well, I'll see you.
Wait a minute. Where are you going?
Oh, that's right. It's your car.
So why don't you take it?
Take it.
Yes. Call me in the morning, and I'll arrange to have it picked up.
Thorne. Thank you. For everything.
It's no problem.
Good evening, Miss Dixon.
I'm intrigued. What have you been thinking about that I'm going to find so shocking?
You have no idea?
No.
You know, I have to admit that the biggest deterrent I had from asking you to marry me was, well, you know what it was.
Yes, my son. You made that very clear. You didn't want to be encumbered by him.
But since you've been back to work, I found myself having more and more time with Mark.
Oh, well, I'm pleased.
I raised a daughter, a very lovely daughter. I didn't really have a lot of time for her. And I was busy building my business and my reputation.
Bill, what are you trying to say?
That we, you and I, strongly think about having a child of our own.
I can't.
Well, listen, I know it was just it's a passing thought, and who knows, I may forget about it by tomorrow, but we could sleep on it for a couple of days. You are really stunned.
Yeah, yeah, I am.
Just keep an open mind, all right? As I said, we can sleep on it for a couple of days.
Was that supposed to shock me? Because it didn't.
Nope. Strictly the facts.
Well, why don't you tell me all about those facts?
There's a mandatory waiting period of 6 months after you get a divorce before you can remarry again. 6 months. That's a long time to expect Ridge to wait for you.
Well, especially with an opportunist like you hanging all over him, intending to make the most of that time. Don't count me out, Brooke.
Why don't you accept the inevitable and bow out gracefully?
Why? So you can eventually make him miserable?
Oh, Caroline, you're so out of touch with Ridge. You know nothing about him. I know what he needs. And he will be mine. We'll be married before the holidays. That's a promise.
Mrs. Forrester.
I had no idea that you knew my son, Thorne.
Yes. We met the other night on the Queen Mary when I gave my speech.
Oh, I see, and you ran into each other this evening.
Actually, I called Thorne.
Why?
I wanted to talk to him.
What about?
My family.
I see.
You have a wonderful son.
Thank you.
Am I really that hideous?
What?
The way you're staring at me.
I'm sorry. Actually, I was looking at your eyes. They're quite beautiful.
Thank you. Most people, they just stare at me.
May I call you Tiffany?
Yes.
Tiffany, how did this happen?
It was a car. We went off the road. It exploded and I was burned.
How long ago?
Why are you asking me all these questions?
I'm terribly sorry. If it bothers you to talk about it.
No, not really. It's just that I'm wiped out. I told Thorne the whole story. Mrs. Forrester, I'm very tired. I'd like to get back to my hotel.
Hotel? I thought you had a family here.
Had. Past tense. Well, Mrs. Forrester, I'd better get going. It was nice talking to you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Miss Dixon. Her eyes. There's something about her eyes.